Took a screenshot of it so it couldn't be deleted. I think the first person I sent it to was my wife. And then after that, I actually group chatted Asia, Jackie, and Jewel about it. And it was the first one was like, post it. And I was like, yeah, I'm just letting you guys know what I've been sent. I texted my agent, told him, and I decided to post it. I think that's where it starts, is actually sharing it and showing like what people are actually saying, and not behind a screen or a tablet or phone, actually making it real so people can see it, they can't ignore it.
Ever notice when Caitlin Clark is the victim, she never plays the role of the victim?
What's up, Clark Nation? So Chelsea Gray received a message or a post on her timeline, on her feed, and it was something that she found racially incendiary. So she wanted to share it with others. The first person she talked with was her wife. Then she spoke with teammates. Then she spoke with her agent. And I'm sure others shortly thereafter, because she felt the need to show everyone what she has been going through. And I have to ask rhetorically, Chelsea, let me lead with this. I don't condone any type of behavior like this. I don't think anyone should have to go on their timeline and read stuff like that. Heck, I'm just a content creator, and some of the comments I get on some of the content that I'm created is challenging, to say the least. But I don't feel like I'm victimized. I don't feel like I'm a victim when I read those comments. But back to Chelsea Gray. I find this ironic, because here is Chelsea Gray talking about what she has to go through and what she's been going through. Now she wants to speak out. She's been getting stuff like this, but now before the All-Star break, on the eve of the All-Star break, she wants to share this so they can have a conversation. A conversation with who? A conversation about what? Before you all, number one, you all accuse Caitlin Clark fans of everything negative you all read online with no evidence to support what your claim. With no evidence to support your claim. This is the W's perception of Clark fans. And now you think you have received a post from a Clark fan. Where is the evidence? I'm going to let Linda Cohn speak on this. What do you got to say about this, Linda?
Have you reported this to the police? Have you reported this to the FBI? Because they'll get on it and they'll find who's responsible. Have you reported this to the police? Have you reported this to the FBI? Because they'll get on it and they'll find who's responsible.
And it was the first one was like, post it. And I was like, yeah, I'm just letting you guys know what I've been sent. I texted my agent, told him, and I decided to post it. I think that's where it starts, is actually sharing it and showing like what people are actually saying, and not behind a screen or a tablet or phone, actually making it real so people can see it, they can't ignore it.
Ever notice when Caitlin Clark is the victim, she never plays the role of the victim?
You shared it this time, but I'm assuming there's other times that you've gone through something like this. What made the difference in this time wanting to share?
I don't know. Enough is kind of enough. It's not necessarily like, yeah, these messages are not the first of its kind. It's not. There was other stuff too. I just decided to share that one, and also it was just time. I got fed up with it, and I just decided to share it. And maybe I don't share the other ones, but I know people will think twice now.
We're just playing the game that we love, that we work so hard to do. But it's just a certain division that needs to be brought to everyone's attention, and understanding that, no, this is something that's been going on. And it's just getting to a point where it's like, all right, now enough is enough.
Ever notice when Caitlin Clark is the victim, she never plays the role of the victim?
That was Asia Wilson, her teammate, who she reached out to show this post what she had on her feed, on her timeline. However you translate that in social media terms. And now Asia is speaking out. See, what y'all don't realize, what people need to realize is here they want to have a conversation with who and talk about what during the All-Star weekend. They're going to try to use this post as a platform to speak out against the online comments that they've been receiving. Think about that now. They want someone to take a stand or to speak out on this. I wonder who that is, because no one wants to recognize the face of the league when other people say she's the face of the league. So are you not going to approach who I think you're going to approach about that? Because you're not going to approach the face of the league about this, are you? But before you do, let me ask you this. Since enough is enough, since it was time, since we don't need to take any more of this, how long are you all going to sit back and watch what's been happening to the face of the league before you all say something? You all see what's going on. But you don't say anything. And now you're going to have the unmitigated gall and audacity to have her speak out on this, on something you read online. Number one, Linda, don't let me get Linda.
Have you reported this to the police? Have you reported this to the FBI? Because they'll get on it and they'll find who's responsible.
Why didn't you send it to the police or the FBI? They have a task force. They can find out who this account belongs to and put an end to this. You didn't even report it to the police, but you want to put it out on social media. That's a start, Chelsea. That's a start, Asia. That's a start, Aces, coach. And now the coach is speaking out. Y'all can't stand a little criticism? Now, I'm not talking about the racially incendiary comments, but y'all can't take a little criticism? Y'all making that money now. Y'all wanted the bag. You got it now. You know what come with that? Criticism. No, I'm not talking about calling you slurs. That's not what I'm talking about. That's what y'all talking about. This ain't just about slurs. This is all of it. You all are talking about all of this that come along with what y'all not doing on the floor. And my goodness, why aren't y'all in the gym? Right now, these interviews you all were at practice. What do y'all do after practice? Get off of social media and work on your game. Some of y'all, and I ain't talking about the ones in this interview, but some of y'all ain't as good as y'all think. That's the reality that you're challenged with when you see a Caitlin Clark. Some of y'all ain't balling out like that. And because she's getting a little attention, some of y'all can't stand that. Now, you get a post you don't like. I never heard poignantly racial slur, but I guess it was something that was said. I haven't seen the post. And I don't really need to see it, because at first I thought this was something that was said in Gamebridge again. How many times are y'all going to go after the fans of a player who has no control over the fans? And it's not even her fans, the ones that are saying this to you. How do you know it's her fans? And so I would caution you all against approaching her All-Star Week to take a stand. She's reached out to you all with the olive branch her rookie year. She gave you all the credit. She gave the women of color the credit for the league being where it is today, which is questionably, not very far along. Oh, they've been great players. Yeah, Houston Comets. I was a big Houston Comets fan while they were a franchise. And now they're coming back in the form of the Connecticut Sun. But the league was not where it is today. The eyes on the league was not where it is today, even with all those great players and that great team that they had. 4 titles, 4 back-to-back titles. Hope I got that right. On the back, something like that. But you know what I'm saying. The league is not where it is today. The league took its jump in 2024 with that 2024 class. Y'all know that. Why debate it? I was looking at something online. They were questioning about who the face of the league is. That's not a question. Y'all know who the face of the league is. I don't want to turn this into that, but before y'all go approach Caitlin Clark, because I think I hope that's not where y'all going with this, but before y'all approach her fan, shouldn't there be an investigation? Becky Hammond, y'all trying to say who ain't WNBA fans and who is? Y'all want to determine that? See, it really shows y'all lack of understanding about the business component of the W. You all are stuck on the basketball side and the orientation. You all push y'all orientation before the game, which is a tragedy. And I'm not downplaying. Handle y'all courtside business first. Make this a compelling product. Okay, and then let's venture into the other thing. You all are doing it backwards. Now, she wants to talk about what she had to read. And now Asia's speaking up. If something needs to be done. Well, let's do something about what y'all been watching for 3 years happen to one player. You know she's been targeted. But y'all haven't said anything. Before y'all approach her about speaking out during All-Star Week, if y'all don't speak out, Caitlin, if you're watching this, if they don't speak out on what you've been going through, don't you say nothing about what that post online. Get off of social media is what I would say, and get in the gym and work on your game. That would be my first advice. Before y'all go and try to want someone to play a hero for y'all for what you reading online, get off of social media. And don't go approaching her. Don't go approaching Caitlin until you all take a stand for what she has been going through. Is that not what y'all been? Is it not the same? Y'all don't see that as being the same? You want her to control a fan base. It's impossible. That's not even that's really an afterthought. How do you even do that? You want her to speak out against this. Why her? Of all people. Have you heard some of the racially incendiary things that WNBA fans have been saying online? The Portland Fire, they said it's too many white girls on that team. Not verbatim, but that's what they meant. That's what they were implying. And yet you want Caitlin to take a stand for you all. Take a stand for her. Let's get to the rest of this.
I think there's a larger conversation that needs to be had that is really above us, and I think that is the part that we really need to get to. So hopefully at All-Star, we can have an opportunity and a conversation because at this time, we something needs to change. It's actually disgusting. So I'm glad that Chelsea had an opportunity to speak up and had an opportunity to show that what we've been going through, and we're going to continue to go through until we have that conversation. So that's what we're going to do.
I mean, just any of that behavior is not acceptable, and we need more companies to step up and do what Hilton did. You're free to be a bigot and ignorant. You're also free to pay the consequences. And I think it's just a lot of times it's too easy to hide behind phones, and I'd rather people show up and be who you are so we know what we're dealing with and go from there. But any kind of racist, homophobic comments, we don't need you as fans, don't want you as fans, just move on. You're not accepted here.
Ever notice when Caitlin Clark is the victim, she never plays the role of the victim.
Have you been in touch with the league about this, and if so, have they offered their support?
I've talked to, I think I just saw on my phone, there's maybe a couple messages, but not directly, no.
Have you reported this to the police? Have you reported this to the FBI? Because they'll get on it and they'll find who's responsible.
Silence is just agreement, or sometimes silence is that you just don't want to ruffle feathers, but then you're neglecting a certain population that's actually getting affected by it. So the ball is in their court. I've done my job. I will continue to do my job. My teammates will too. And it's all part of a bigger systemic racism issue and that's how it shows up for us as Black athletes.
I don't think people quite understand that. I think they see us in uniforms and think, oh, you're just supposed to deal with it. Go for it. Absolutely not. We're still human. We are women that walk this world every single day, trying our best to get to the next level. So it's heartbreaking to see those things happen, but it's also heartwarming when you have a franchise that's behind you 100%.
Obviously, there's a lot of eyeballs on what we do now. But I'd rather shed light on cockroaches and let them scatter and get out. Old fans, new fans, there's just no place for it in women's basketball or in society in general. So, it's unfortunate that our players are dealing with it on a very public platform. But I'm really proud, like I said, of our organization's different players, Chelsea's courage to step up and say something, and then to know that there's a lot of really great people and a lot more people that got your back, and companies that are going to do the right thing.
Ace's family, Chelsea, Asia, Becky, while y'all on this crusade, while y'all on this platform, if y'all gonna use All-Star Weekend to speak out about things, speak about all of it. Speak about what you know is going on, what you see, and you've been silent about. Yeah, your silence is your agreeance. That's what you say now. You got to stand on that. Stand on that. Speak out about all of it now. Not just the stuff you going through. Talk about the stuff you see other people going through in the league, and yet you say nothing. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. You all have a blessed day. I'm out.
Ever notice when Caitlin Clark is the victim, she never plays the role of the victim? Have you reported this to the police? Have you reported this to the FBI? Because they'll get on it and they'll find who's responsible.